Man, Lord, Machiavelli production. Brotorius, M.A.D. Lil Chad and Slender Dad vibing straight bustin' no cap. Friday night screen lit fame hitting our lap. Culture thick, no yeet from the trap. YouTube grind, minds locked in so we adapt. Brahma bull cackling loud, bourbon on the rocks. Scheming like the GOAT, comedy unlocks. Mad shit smoke, cold as ice, won't fold. YouTube legend verdicts drip sharp like a judge's code. Brr, skirt, skirt that, brr, skirt, tat that. Brr. Ascending crew, let's get it. Stack them racks, laughs hit diffy. Dumb fades can't match these facts. Popcorn, poppin' chill vibes, brew sippin' slow. Prime time screens live, we slap, we glow. Now that we're pulling up clean, double the cup of the lean. Shit supreme from the H to the Bay. Third ward holding it down. Crew lights the fuse, blazing wild, no snooze. Voices boom loud, screens poppin', set the cruise. Grind levels up, shine hits, claim that juice. Rise quick, savage laughter high, can't lose. Put a skirt that. Put a skirt tat that. Brrrla. We here to break the mold, eat the basic behind. With tales that slap and laughter intertwined. A quest to marvel where drip defies. In this lit realm, only passion flies. Brrr, skirt, skirt that. Put a skirt tat that. Brrrla. Ascending squad goes hard, blazing trails we pursue. Laughs hit like heat, dumb vibes getting cooked anew. Popcorn lit, locking tight, roll swift, no lack. Prime stream zooms, global brr tat, we stack. Skirt, skirt that, brr, skirt tat that. OM's here, yo.
No.
No, he's not. This is the week of work, I believe.
Oh, it's not only the week of work, but that son of a bitch is working on some other channel's content.
Bastard.
Is it the channel that he actually started with Nick Weiser and all them?
Is that what it is? I don't know. He's dead to me now. He was talking about it the other day. We were doing testing. It might have been last night. I think it was last night. We were doing testing. He's like, yeah, so I'm recording this thing with Nick Weiser at 10, so I probably won't be there for the show. I'm like, oh, okay. I see how it is.
I mean, it sounds like it's that channel, so good for him. It's the metal channel, so he's going to be more chatty on that one, probably. So let's see what we got.
Sure.
Josh Hammond in the chat, FKHC, Bad Take Bojan, Smokey, the
I am a
Kiwi,
jealous
which-
bro. Thank you very much, Soul.
Davina, Bride of Slender, who of course she's here, stand by your man and all, and Sherry, late and gay. Yes, we were a couple minutes late. That was my fault. There's
It was
Eric.
his fault.
Thanks for
100%.
Soul Assassin. Got a nice friendly crew in here. So good stuff. How's everybody else doing? Slender, Brahma, you guys good?
Sure. I
Yeah.
ain't got no wife this week, so I've just been hanging out.
Well, at least that means your junk is marked safe.
Yes. No cuts to it this week.
Well, I've got something that you might be able to enjoy while your wife is out without getting looks. Did you know that Arby's has introduced steak nuggets?
Yes.
That
I haven't tried
sounds-
them yet.
That sounds good.
I feel like it's...
Depends on how tender they are.
Yeah, I got to imagine the problem for the fast food zone would be they would dry out really fast.
You
Yeah.
put them under a heat lamp and...
Yeah, so I'd like to think that they're gonna try to cook them medium fresh to keep it.
Medium to order. Yeah.
Yeah, just to try to keep it not like just jerky. Under a heat lamp after an hour, it'd probably just more of a jerky consistency.
Or they could just cook them under the heat lamp, and after they've been there an hour, they might be almost done.
And the Ron Swanson voice, Arby's steak nuggets. Damn it, I love this country so much.
Yeah, I might try them this weekend, but I'm worried that they're just going to be very tough.
Look at that. Brahma looks so relaxed. We should do some, you do your blood pressure monitoring. You should see what the readings are for like the week without your wife. It just like,
Well, she's back tomorrow, so no.
That
Most
was
of
the
the
trip
stuff
out
we talk
to
about my wife is made up. So
Yeah.
Oh,
not the cutting
bride's-
incident, though.
Bride's in the chat throwing elbows now.
Trying to fight off the bros.
I don't. You should
Apparently.
talk to her. Who is Slender?
I don't know who Slender is.
Yeah.
Might be
is-
my Alabaman cousin.
Gonna end up on the new whatever the new version of the Springer Show is. I'm with Slender, but I'm also with Slender.
I think the new version of the Springer Show is Piers Morgan.
I just accepted the fact a long time ago that Bride is terrible with the little touchpad on the phone and misspells everything anyway. So
Eric says maybe they'll be like pot roast style, formed into nuggets and melt in your mouth. You know, on the one hand, I feel like that's kind of gross, and on the other hand, I'm like that might be delicious.
Not
yeah,
a huge
I
fan
do
of pot
cut up
roast.
steak like that, and then I let it marinate. I'll like put it in like soy sauce and teriyaki and all the other good mixes, and let it marinate for 12 hours, and then use it in stir fry, and it's really good.
I mean, when I make steak, I don't cut off like bites. I slice it into thin slices, and then just eat the slices, like with a ribeye or something.
So I'm thinking, like, you know, there's country fried steak, right? You know, where they
Yeah.
bread it.
Yeah, I don't
gravy.
like country fried steak.
So, you know, the way chicken nuggets are, they form the nugget patty, if you will, and batter it and then fry it.
Right.
Couldn't you, in theory, like make a formed steak, country fried steak style, and like deep fry it and then make that your steak nuggets?
You could, but I don't know.
Wouldn't all the breading just come off though?
And
have to-
usually you use crappy steak for chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that the
Like
fast
cube
food
steak.
restaurants aren't using high grade.
I'm sure they're at least using sirloin.
Slender is
Cube
like
steak
Slender,
is what
but
you
with a
typically
goatee.
use for chicken fried steak.
Yeah,
A
that's
goatee is by definition not full. Like,
well, that's the it's a Star Trek reference. Remember, Mirror Mirror Universe. All the evil versions of the people were just
oh,
they
just
would
had
just slap a
goatees.
goatee on them. So I'm scared of fast food steak like meals. I mean,
But
we
they
all
have the
know that.
meats.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad approach.
Was it we know that the McRib is a formed
Dude,
pork.
what's the
patty.
restaurant that Will Ferrell went to
That Will Ferrell went to
in the
Olive Garden.
No, in the old school.
Well, Olive Garden was the one he talked about going to.
Yeah, that's what he talked
I
about.
thought he talked about going to the other place. with
He
the
went to Applebee's and Talladega
Applebee's.
Nights.
Maybe it's Does Applebee's have the skillet sensations?
Are you thinking
Maybe.
of Couples Retreat where Vince Vaughn was like, eventually you'll end up at Applebee's?
Might have
drinking
been
alone."
might have been that. But the skillet sensations, that steak was pretty good. Of course, that was also when I ate at I think it was Applebee's.
Skillet
Probably
is-
over 10 years ago now.
Yeah, Eric says Applebee's has the skillets. So does Chili's.
Yeah. It wasn't Chili's.
Of course, Chili's is dead to me now.
Why?
They got rid
What
of the
did
skillet
Chili's do?
queso. That was the only thing that I actually really cared about there that I can't make at home.
Chili's still has like $8 lunches or some a very affordable lunch thing. So that's where Chili's is making their money.
Yeah, but they got rid of skillet queso. Now it's just normal southwestern queso, just cheese dip. No good. They're done.
I don't really give a shit about the grade of the meat. I used to have to load all of the meat onto the ship before we deployed, and those boxes specifically said, "Not fit for human consumption, livestock and military only."
Slender's like the grade of the meat was equal
So we
to
got the good stuff this
the
week.
grades of the military was like, what is the grade of the lowest soldiers we have enlisted? That is the grade of the meat. Their GPA shall determine what they eat.
Yeah,
We can go with choice minus or dog.
yeah. So
See, what you want to get is cat grade because cats are finicky sons of bitches, and so they actually use quality ingredients for cat food. They're the ones that had skillet queso. I thought Outback had that. Outback wasn't doing queso.
Outback doesn't have queso at all.
The... Oh, by the way, I found this. I wish Mad was here because I think this would have really helped him with Australia.
Texas, Florida, Alabama, Ohio, Idaho, and Iowa. What are the other two? I gotta lean in.
California, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, New Jersey, Louisiana.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is your handy guide for what the type of people you meet who live in those zones. So that what that tells me is the Florida section, is that where
The whole
Crocodile
eastern section is doing all their laws.
is that where Crocodile Dundee was supposed to be living in?
I mean, maybe. Depends on if they're talking about Florida
Or-
Man or
or
if they're
the-
talking about.
I guess he could have also resided in the Louisiana zone.
What do you mean, why eat red meat if it's not high quality? Because I'm poor and I get my meat, like, at 4-week intervals delivered to me in a box that's full of dry ice. It's American, though.
And I don't care between like choice or prime. Like, I do care about the cuts.
So here's also the dirty little secret. I'm going to be honest. I've tried the higher grade, like ground beef. I see no difference in terms of what you're getting out of ground beef. The ground beef.
Only difference you're going to get is it 80-20 or 90-10?
Well, that's what I'm just going to say. Is it's the fat content of the ground beef that determines the kind of the flavor you'll get out of it. Like when I make homemade Italian meatballs, there's no way I'm going.
Yeah, 93.7. Eric knows.
You got to go 80-20.
Yeah.
Yep. Or sometimes
Also about the only way to get it
75-25.
to stay together for like a meatball.
We have
one-
a sizable freezer, and then we do have a second freezer out in the garage, the deep freeze.
Well, Brahma, the key is you got to make sure when you're
Binding
mixing
agent.
it, you use 1 egg for every pound of ground meat you're using, and you should mix a white meat or in
Pork.
you can also use ground turkey. I actually like the ground turkey because I think when you mix it with the ground beef, the texture you get out of the meatballs after you like slow cook them in the sauce is a little like softer and more enjoyable. But pork, you want to mix in. It's an egg for every pound of ground meat. You go half with either beef and pork and beef ground turkey. Something you want to mix beef with a lighter meat to all kind of offset. Otherwise, you'll get the meat sweats and they'll come out really.
What are you talking about? What are you mixing this for?
Meatballs.
A slow cooked Italian style
Homemade
meatballs.
meatballs.
I never mix my meatballs with anything else. It's just ground beef.
No, not if you're doing them Italian style.
I don't do them Italian style. I
Half
do them.
pork, half beef, or half pork, half veal.
Yeah, that's gross. Beef is just fine.
Breadcrumbs, eggs, seasoning.
I mean, breadcrumbs and eggs, yes, but I don't mix it with other meat.
I mean, that's a traditional way to do it. So
Yeah, I don't do it the traditional way. I mix them with breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
I mix eggs in. It's
apparently
just,
someone
it's
in
just
your
80,
house
20
knows.
Yeah, she knows, but Italian sausage I might mix them with. Italian sausage might be okay.
Yeah, that's also an acceptable one because it's essentially pork. You're mixing it with pork
Yeah, it's
to
just
try to.
Italian sausage with seasoning. Or
But then,
pork
yeah,
sausage
then
with seasoning.
Then I pan fry them a little in olive oil before I put them in with the rest of the spaghetti.
I bake
Well,
them.
Because I like them to be a little crispy, crunchy.
Yeah, so the optimum way to do that once you get the mix is you shape them into the meatballs. You basically brown the outside in olive oil, and then for most people who don't have the giant Italian sauce pot, slow cooker, you put them in a slow cooker at least 4 hours on low. But if you can go 6, if you got the time, 6 or more, they're gonna come out delicious.
See, I bake them, and then after baking them, I put them into the sauce and let them finish cooking.
No, never bake them. Nope. That's like
I pan fry them in olive oil, and then I just put them in with the sauce.
see the baking just you. If you get that, like Slender's talking about, what's really great when you do the meatballs this way, especially if you're slow cooking them in the sauce, you want that crispy outside because the slow cooker is going to keep it super nice and moist and soft on the inside, and it gives you a good texture. The meatball texture is like 80% of what makes them awesome.
If
But
you
I'm not
bake them,
Italian,
they
so-
just taste gooey. Like it's like, I don't know. The meatballs get slimy, and I don't like slimy meatballs.
See, outside of our mixing of meat there, Chad, you probably would not agree with any of the way I cook it anymore, because I throw the sauce into the pressure cooker.
What the hell?
You're
That
a
way I
man
don't
who
have to
mixes. You're a
slow
man who
cook it.
mixes M&Ms and Skittles. I don't want to
What?
hear your cooking advice on anything
You don't.
ever.
Sauce is not something you are trying to pressure cook because you don't have the time. Sauce is something you take. It's what makes
Except I
sauce
don't
great
have
is
the
the
time.
time you put into it.
So, the pressure cooker makes the blend
Why don't you just fucking
of all
buy
the
some ragu?
spices.
I mean, that's super
Because
fast. You
I'm
just
still
open the
making
jar.
it with my spices, but the pressure cooker actually forces everything to kind of mix without it having to simmer for 5 or 6 hours.
I mean, I was
still
told by an
incorporates.
old Italian man once upon a time. Wasting all that time on the sauce is a waste. Just get the ragu, add the spices you want to flavor it. You're good.
He's an Italian second or third generation.
All you gotta do, pinch of sugar in there to get rid of the canned taste, and you're fine.
Well, you do also, when you're making sauce, it's very important to add a little bit of milk or something or sugar. You got to take down the acidic level on the sauce. When you slow simmer the sauce, you want to have your wooden spoon and you want to dip in to take the oil out that forms on the top to get rid of that because there's going to be a lot of it. And then you mix in not just meatballs. If you're doing a full like Italian family size pot of
Spaghetti
sauce,
feast.
you're throwing sausage in there, you're throwing pepperoni chunks, you're throwing all sorts of stuff in there. Sometimes chicken. You want a pork or chicken, a white meat, again to balance out some of the flavor that the sauce is going to get. It's it's important.
I do spicy Italian sausage and meatballs.
What is this? Ragu comes in a jar. Love the cheap stuff I get comes in the can.
Whatever it is, it's just the can. It's
Tomato
the garlic.
sauce.
It's the garlic sauce, and we add our own. We add basil, we add oregano, we add that shit ourselves.
If I have red wine, I put it in the sauce. But I often use Worcestershire instead.
Worcestershire, yeah. Here you go. I wanted to share this. This was. I think
Worcestershire is made from sardines.
It's got
Anchovies,
it's got fish.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's got fish in
Anchovies,
there.
that's what it is. Yeah, it's fish sauce.
Do you put wine in your sauce? That's a personal preference item. I don't.
A splash of red? Yeah, why not? If I've got it.
You can. A lot of times, instead of putting it in the sauce, I'll use it as once it's reduced as a cooking agent for some of the other stuff that will go into the sauce. But I don't like personally to put it directly into the sauce.
Do you use whole peeled tomatoes and then crush them yourself by hand?
No,
Or-
gross.
No, you
Tomato
don't need
sauce.
to do that.
That'll
No,
ruin the texture.
No, if you're making, all right, so if you're really doing it the legit way, you're going to have about 4 different type of canned tomatoes and fresh tomatoes in front of you.
I use petite cherry that are fresh that I cut in half. And then I use the, what are they called? San Marzano whole peeled tomatoes. And
Yeah,
then I
number
use
one,
some
you
tomato
always
paste and
don't
some
always
tomato
get the
sauce.
tomatoes on the vine if you're doing real Italian sauce. Don't get like beefsteak tomatoes. It's slightly different variety and tomatoes on the vine. Or we would do a cooking show. Yeah, we could.
The problem if I did a cooking show would be I use the same spices for everything. Even
Salt,
when it
pepper,
comes...
garlic powder and onion powder.
No. I use the holy spices of the Cajuns. So red pepper, paprika, garlic.
How about smoked pepper? You know, like
Holy
the smoky
Trinity, then.
paprika. Do you ever?
You can do
punch it up?
smoked paprika, you can do spicy paprika, you can do sweet paprika, Hungarian paprika, Spanish paprika. There's a lot of different types of paprika that you can play around with. And we have them all.
See, being Italian, I lean into the holy trinity of the Italian spices: basil,
oregano, garlic.
rosemary.
Oh,
garlic.
rosemary, yeah.
Yep. Rosemary, garlic, basil are the and then
I use
garlic.
rosemary in a lot of things, but it's just an aromatic. Like, it doesn't have any effect on the flavor whatsoever. It just smells good.
I only use rosemary when I'm cooking prime rib.
Rosemary
I
is
use
also
rosemary on chicken. I use
lamb.
rosemary in my spaghetti. I use rosemary in a lot of things, but it's just an aromatic.
Rosemary is a nice touch when you're doing a lamb steak or something. I think it blends very well there.
Creole and Old Bay are both very good. I use those a lot too. Bride, I think, uses the Old Bay more than I do because I think that she uses that when she does a crab boil.
Garlic isn't a spice; it's a root vegetable. That makes me think.
It's
of
a
the movie.
spice if you grind it up into dust and sprinkle it on everything.
If you've ever seen My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin, and he's in a San Diego supermarket. This is like the early '90s. He's supposed to be a mob guy in witness protection, and the grocery clerk manager comes up to him and is like, "Would you like anything else from our store?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd like arugula." And he's like, the grocery manager's looking at him. He's like, "It's a vegetable." Can you start carrying arugula?
So you say that, but if you ever go over and watch some of our Ascendant Arcade gameplay of Ghost Watchers, I basically was Bubba from Forrest Gump for an entire ghost hunt.
Yep, for like 20 minutes.
And I did not break character.
Non-stop.
Brahma tried to derail me on that one. He failed.
Wait, Eric was pointing that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Where that shrimp go, Shad? We gotta find them shrimp.
So,
And Eric, if you want a good dry rub that's not like Buffalo Wild Wings, go check out Meat Church, their website, or they sell it, I think, at Ace Hardware. It's really good stuff. They've got
Victor
like 20
Fontaine.
different
That's a good
types.
choice. I do like mushrooms in my spaghetti sauce as well.
I like to add the green peppers in, but I always wait because I want them to still have the crunch. I don't like them to be overly cooked to be too soft. So I'll add
That
them
makes
in
them
the
almost a
last.
vegetable at that point, and I don't like crunch or
But,
vegetables.
again,
so-
I'm not big on peppers unless they're red bell peppers. I don't like green peppers. I don't know why.
I
Meat
see
Church
there is
does
no
have a
pleasing
YouTube
you.
channel as well.
All right, what I wanted to talk about was I think maybe I'll do a thing where we get to share our favorite AI video of the week because this was mine. I thought it was hilarious. Here we go.
Would you look at this? The painter of
Is this the one that has
positivity
Reagan in
himself,
it?
Bob Ross, and he's not coming alone tonight. That's
And
Anna
Nicole
Nicole
Smith.
Smith, King. Rogers got real. Look at this place, King.
Mr. Rogers.
That's Mr. Rogers walking to the ring, and he's got Marilyn Monroe on his arm. I never thought I'd see this on Monday Night Raw.
Mr. Rogers, neighbor, it's a beautiful day to paint this canvas with your blood.
Damn.
You walk in here with your happy little clouds, like the ring is some canvas for you to paint on. But this
They
is
gave
my
him Vince
neighborhood.
McMahon's voice.
And in my neighborhood, people learn respect the hard way. Ross offering the handshake. Oh my! Low blow. Come on, Mr. Rogers with a cheap shot, and the crowd let him hear it.
Now that'd be a hard call though, right? Because Mr. Rogers is kind of a badass, but Bob Ross is kind of a badass too.
Happy little trees.
Writhing in pain. Ross is perched. No way. Five-star frog splash. He got all of it. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, Mr. Rogers kicked out. I don't believe it. The man in the cardigan just survived the splash. Losing its both men perched all the way.
Yeah, they got a ladder.
Bob Ross hooking in. Oh no, this can't end well. Avalanche powerbomb off the ladder. The canvas just shook.
Mr.
Rogers may be
Rogers
out
hanging
cold.
out with
Ross
Eazy-E.
sits tall. Ross on the top rope. What's he got in mind? Moonsault. Picture perfect. He got all Cover. of it.
What the
my kick
fuck
out of- why are
was
you
that?
kidding me?
They're riffing on like some of the worst examples of like like there's times where someone was doing a moonsault, didn't even hit, and like the guy like reacted. But the AI is not perfect. It just made me laugh.
Neighborhood just won't stay down. Ross is all the way at the top of that ladder. What's he thinking? This is a 30-foot drop. Don't do it, Bob. Swanton
Like-
bomb. Straight from the heavens. Rogers in the table. Cover it. Bob Ross is going for it all. 450 splash. He nailed it. No, Rogers kicked out. He kicked out. The crowd can't believe it. Rogers swings. Blocked.
Yeah, so they've been doing the wrestling match AIs, but this was the one I thought was
Did you see the one where Ronald Reagan was cutting a promo?
no, was it
A
good?
wrestling promo? I can't remember where I saw it. I don't think I got it bookmarked, but yeah. It was in one of my DM groups, so I don't know which one. But that one was pretty funny. I only got a couple seconds of it, though.
Well, and there was here's another Mr. Rogers one that someone responded with.
Always remember to stack that bread, neighbor. Money, cash, hose. I'm about my paper, no cap.
Mad
would have appreciated that.
Yeah. In fact, if Matt is watching right now, I'm sure he's really appreciating it.
Mr. Rogers had all that riz.
Well, apparently Soul Assassin says he was a Vietnam sniper. True story. I asked a lot of Marines who confirmed it. I'm pretty sure that's been debunked so many different times.
I had always heard Green Beret, but
they didn't even have Green Berets when he had already started his show on public broadcasting when Green Beret started.
Yeah, but that's the one I always heard. The urban legend that I always heard.
And now Eric's like, shut down AI. Yeah, the ship has sailed. People are having too much fun with it.
Okay, I don't have an AI video for you, but I do have one of my favorite series of shorts. Just a sample from it.
All right, we'll see. It looks like he's trying to.
I put it in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
So did you get the computer all taken care of, Slender?
Mm-hmm. I went under for surgery on Wednesday. The surgery was a success. So I now have a replacement 4TB hard drive for my Steam library that is 30 times faster than the old one.
Nice.
Elves should live in the same society and shop at the same stores? Nah, elves are like way better. The goblins should be like working there or maybe like live around there, but not live with them.
Sir, that's terrible. I want to live with the elves.
You think they're gonna accept you in their community? Do I think that goblins and elves...
Oh, I love those things.
That seems kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I replaced the. I had a 4TB SATA hard drive in there, and it gave up the ghost, so I replaced it with one of the NVMEs that just plugs directly into the motherboard and uses the local bus. So it's a lot faster. Was not cheap though.
All right, I found the Reagan one.
You found the Reagan one? You got it and putting it in the chat, or are you loading it?
Working on it.
The other shorts that always get me are the. Any of you guys ever watch the Red Hot Copper Balls?
No.
They just take a copper ball that is heated up till it's glowing red hot, and they drop it in a random fluid and see what happens. Okay. It's just like a minute of really interesting, funny looking shit.
That just seems like one of those things that my daughters would watch, that it's just people slicing things and they're like, it's so satisfying.
That is exactly what I would call it, is satisfying.
All right, let's see.
Gipper is in the house. Ronald Reagan is walking to a WWF ring for the very first time. Well, I must say, this beats the campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring for the first time in World Wrestling Federation history, standing 6'1" from Boston, Massachusetts, John. I can't believe this. Kennedy. Mr. Reagan.
I hope there's no headshots in the ring.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of surprised Kennedy made it to the ring.
I don't know. This one's different than the one I saw because the other one was
You can tear
promo
down
cut.
a wall, but tonight you're staring at a New England brick. I didn't come to shake hands.
The one that I saw, he was
that was
cutting
weird.
a promo where he was like, "We're gonna get this done for the Gipper" and blah blah blah. It was pretty funny, but I think
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna see a
would've
lot of
used-
that.
I would have AI'd Roddy Piper's voice for JFK if they were doing that.
Yeah,
Because he seems like the right voice choice if you're doing a JFK wrestler.
right promo style.
All right. So,
Primal season 3 is coming in January. Nice.
I was going to save this for bullpen, but I want to show you because it's hilarious. What do you think of this one? This was I think it was a Disney show or Nickelodeon, but this clip was going around, and I was like, this is kind of funny.
I win.
Cheryl, it's not a race.
That's what losers say.
What is that?
The truth. Every time a new baby is born, the Federal Reserve issues a secret birth certificate printed by a company called the American Bank. That way, the government can use people as currency to back the debt they have with the World Economic Forum, which owns the central banks of every nation on Earth. But the WEF is just a front for the Council on Foreign Relations, which masterminded the 9/11 attacks as a pretext to invade Iraq, take the oil, and install fast food chains to make people slow, fat, and easily abductable by the shape-shifting reptilian aliens it works with. Now, back in the 30s, FDR
Well,
made a
she's
deal with
close
these
to getting
reptilians to
abducted,
exchange
then.
people for technology.
Yeah.
That was the basis of the New Deal. But ever since, they've been slowly replacing all the world leaders to create a nuclear holocaust to make global warming real for their takeover. That's how they made up the Cold War, by sending Leica to space to bite Neil Armstrong while Kubrick was faking the moon landing. Now they're using satellite waves, contrails, and measles vaccines as mind control, and fluoridating the water to keep people's gold fillings intact so they can be sent back to, you guessed it, the Federal Reserve, where all the gold and birth certificates are stored by the real puppet master, the world monarch, who is himself only the servant of the all-seeing eye who controls everything in the world.
I was wrong. You do win.
I was like, this was on TV.
Was
Were
all of
they-
it, or did they just use it cut from some episode and then plug all that in between?
No, that was in the episode.
Crazy.
And someone put in the chat that this show 100% got canceled after this episode. It's like, the truth. All right, so now that we're all warmed up, Tron Ares came out. I know it's already getting ripped to shreds.
I was gonna say I've heard nothing good.
Yeah, and I can confirm
Pretty
it's
empty movie.
It's just, I mean, it's visually nice, but there's nothing going on besides the sound, the music, and the visuals are all you're getting. The story is stupid.
Yeah,
Blah.
the story's completely stupid.
All right, which is very much
Tron
the same.
was never meant to be a franchise in the first place, was it?
Well, that's what I wanted to kind of
That's
use as
what
the
his
springboard
whole-
for our discussion. Is like Tron came out, what, 1980 or 81, 82, right around
83,
that.
I believe.
83, very early.
Let me look it up. I know it's early. Keep talking.
All right, so we had the huge gap before they did Tron Legacy.
Yeah, 1982.
So Tron Legacy comes out, and that one is
In like 2010.
yeah, and that one they brought back Jeff Bridges, they brought back Bruce Boxleitner, they had Olivia Wilde. A lot of the same criticisms of Tron Ares you can make with Tron Legacy. Really great visuals. The soundtrack is amazing. The story is kind of weak. This one, they've done everything and kind of done this, moved the story even lower. Why is Tron a franchise? The first movie didn't make money. It wasn't. I don't think it was a cult hit.
It's one of those ones that got a lot more popular after the fact.
But
as people started to understand computers.
But I don't think it was even that popular. Like, Tron was one of those things where it had a reputation for being groundbreaking with the visuals, with computer-generated imagery. But it wasn't... I never met it. I liked the movie. I thought it was good. But I never, hey, I really want a Tron sequel.
I don't think I've ever watched the original Tron in one sitting.
It's hard to watch. It didn't age well.
But I did play the arcade game a ton. I loved that game.
Tell that to Tron guy, Chad.
That was one of the early YouTubers. Remember the guy who built the Tron suit and he was really fat? Which is fun. So we're in an era where, and I think this goes to, if you guys remember when Vince Vaughn was on Hot Ones, and he was talking about, when they asked him about why they don't make R-rated comedies anymore like he did. And he said, unless it's a franchise, the studios they want to monetize a franchise. That's all they're interested in.
Not the most impressive part of his performance on Hot Ones, though. That dude did not give a shit about the spicy.
Nah, he's like me.
Vince Vaughn represented. I was proud of him.
Yeah, and so I see Disney is very into trying to integrate their products. I'm going to go and say the reason we have Tron Ares is because they built a ride in Disney World for Tron, the light cycle.
Probably. I mean, they try to loop everything together, but Disney's problem is they don't have any competent writers anymore.
So Eric says, because Tron is now the centennial blend of computers without them being interconnected like in the 90s computer lab.
Yeah.
So this is the problem because in a lot of ways, Disney is a theme park company that makes movies. They are like an anime. It's a joke, a running gag. The reason you don't get seasons that follow up really fast is because an anime is really just an advertisement to increase manga sales. That's the merch and manga is what they really want to sell, and the anime is just their vehicle to advertise it. Disney is now doing that with their movies. That's why they're screwing up the Marvel stuff. They're all becoming just vehicles to get them to monetize you in buying merch and going to the theme parks. They're not actually making them to make the good movies.
Well, and
it's not working.
Yeah, the complaint I keep hearing, especially about Tron Ares, is the dialogue is absolutely terrible. And again, you don't have competent writers anymore. And I don't know what it is about this younger generation of writers, but they suck at dialogue. Well, I do know what it is. Every conversation they've ever had was through text. But they need, this is going to sound weird, but they need to hire a stand-up comedian to do a treatment specifically on the dialogue in their scripts. Because they don't know what people talk like anymore.
So Eric's bringing up that technically they copied a ride from the Shanghai park for Walt Disney World, which is what this is how terrible. Let me tell you, Slender. The ride they built was a copy, so they already had exactly how to build it, the blueprints, everything. They had already built it once. No, they still took 8 years to build it. A single
8
ride.
years to follow the instructions and recreate what they had already created?
I swear to God, Light Cycle
it was
Run
in Chinese.
Was, and maybe Eric can correct me, it took them the better part of a fucking decade to build that thing. I think I remember they started building it in 2013 or 14.
No,
he's saying 5 years, but
and digging into that point, because apparently Eric says I do have a point about the dialogue. Not only will you be able to, make your jokes land, but just as stand-up comedians, they spend most of their time on the circuit in front of an audience talking to people. They know how to hit all the emotional beats. And they know how to do it with dialogue because that's all they do. Like, I don't know what it is about the younger generation of writers, but they can't do dialogue anymore. They've never mastered it. They do not understand how people talk.
Well, in the case of Tron, it's not just the dialogue. It's a completely incompetent story that you can poke holes through left and right.
Oh, yeah, but if the dialogue... Like, if you've got better dialogue, you're giving your actors more to work with. There are some of my favorite movies that they're riddled with holes. They're not great movies, but they have great acting. An actor can only do so much with bad dialogue.
At this point, I'm not even sure good dialogue would save Jared Leto.
Well,
No,
he's
that's
not a
the
great.
other
He's
thing.
not a good
They-
actor. I'm sorry.
they
He
made
never
a,
has
In
been.
everything lately.
Yeah. I mean, Jared, for people who need background, Jared Leto broke into being famous by playing an angsty teen who didn't talk. He was
My So-Called Life.
he was on My So-Called Life, and he was Jared Catalano. He was the crush of the lead female
Claire
character,
Danes.
played by Claire Danes. And he was known in the show as that he was Claire Danes' crush because he didn't say anything and he looked pretty. He was a girl's crush, right? Like a high school girl's crush.
Yay.
And he was now he's won an Oscar for, I believe it was Dallas Buyers Club, where he played a trans AIDS infected a prostitute or whatever. But he's not a good actor. He's never been a good actor. He
My
has no
favorite role was him getting the crap beat out of him in Fight Club.
Yeah, he wanted to. That was the best
I
part.
wanted to
Kill
destroy something
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Good.
but that was early. That was like a couple years after My So-Called Life. So
Yeah.
Well,
That's
and
still
beyond...
his best role was
Yeah.
just getting the crap beat out of him.
Yeah, beyond that, I think he had like 4 lines in the whole movie.
what
one,
I think
one of which was, "It's under control, sir."
Yeah.
Yeah. What they should be doing, I mean, honestly, like Slender saying, there's a canceled guy out there who's known for writing snappy dialogue. His name's Joss Whedon. He got canceled because he was apparently mean to girls on set at Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well, maybe they should stop being bitches.
What I'm saying is just bring him in, pay him
Like,
money
do your
as
job.
a script doctor to punch up the dialogue on everything. Because you're right, the writing is atrocious. But beyond that, because that's the movie is being made.
Bad take, Bojan. I create training for entry-level employees. We literally need to teach college graduates how to properly carry on phone conversations and write emails.
Yes.
Do they look
That's
at you
like-
bad take and say that's Delulu?
For real, for real.
No cap.
No cap.
To Tread's point, Tron isn't the worst choice to make a franchise out of. Tron is Fetch. They keep trying to make Fetch happen. Fetch isn't happening. Like, how many times do you have to take big swings? And this is 3 strikes. You've now made 3 Tron movies, 20 years apart, almost each time. Like,
Imagine if you like called the bank and it was like, Capital One, what's Gucci?
actually, I feel like that we're a
That's
couple
coming.
months from that's coming.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
No,
dead
dead ass. Dead ass.
I mean, we're,
I'm pretty sure we're at 3
we're in
because
idiocracy.
I've seen, and a lot of people are pointing out how the Tron Ares movie is, even though no Tron movie has been successful yet, is setting up more. It's more set up for sequels than it is resolving what you're getting in the movie. Never.
And you're not getting
Great
it.
idea. Because
You're
we
never
need
gonna get
more
these
Tron
sequels.
sequels.
Like Tron Legacy was set up for the sequel, and all of a sudden,
They
the
throw in at the
characters
beginning of this
all
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, Sam ran the company for a little while, and then he just disappeared.
Just like
And
his
that's what you
dad.
get from the last
Yeah.
from the last movie.
We don't find out about Olivia Wilde's like random
streaming.
AI.
Slender Kid number 5 just walks in here. I was hoping you guys were doing something fun, but you're not. You're just talking about boring movies.
Yeah, they're boring movies. Talk about something fun.
This is what we talk about. This is the show.
We talked about fun stuff. Cooking.
Yeah, we were talking about cooking for like the first half hour of the show. Where were you?
3 40-year-old men putting on a
Talk
cooking
about
show
what?
with
Spider-Man?
Exactly.
Into the Spider-Verse?
The animated one with Miles Morales.
The animated one with Miles Morales that's like from 8 years ago now?
Oh God, I'm old. Exactly. Talk about that.
We're talking about recent pop culture.
It is recent.
Not recent enough. We are on the cutting edge of pop culture. We're the tip of the spear.
You're talking about Tron.
Yeah.
You've hit bottom barrel status.
You move your ass on.
Does Slender Child realize Tron opened this weekend and the other one she wants to talk about came out 4 years ago?
She just came in here to fuck with me.
She
Sounds
just
like
wanted to see if you were playing Silk Song.
sounds like she is her father's daughter.
Very
Has
much
she beat
so.
it yet?
Silk Song?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, I got ahead of her, and she gets really frustrated with the bosses. Like, she's got better reaction time than me, but she's not quite as adaptable as I am.
Which boss
yeah.
is giving her the trouble?
She's
Or
hit a
just
couple.
in general?
She's hit a couple blocks at this point. She's in Act 2. She was having trouble with the two that are at the end of the deep docks. Like the Ornstein and Smog, but they're not called Ornstein and Smog. They're called something else, but the two brothers. She was getting frustrated with that fight, and can't remember what the other fights she was getting frustrated with were.
But she hasn't gone into the swamp area yet?
No, I dread when she finally goes in there.
Yeah.
Now, Smokey's saying it's not just the dialogue issues. They keep using actors with no acting skills and the emotional range of the plank of wood. I mean, we taught, yeah, Jared
Dude, if
Leto.
I were to choose between those actors and a plank of wood, I would cast the plank of wood every time. At least you can paint a different face on that and cut between them.
What I need to know is, I'm pretty sure it already was, they must have had Tron Ares like in the can when Morbius came out, because if anybody greenlit Jared Leto doing this after Morbius was seen, they need to be immediately fired. Because he's not bankable.
And he's playing essentially the same character as he did in Blade Runner. No emotion, just stare straight forward and blah, blah, blah. That's about it.
Yep. Oh, I forgot about the Blade Runner 2049 character he played.
Yeah. Worst part of that movie. And I like that movie. I know a lot of people didn't.
2049?
Yeah, I like it.
It's very, very poorly paced.
Okay.
It doesn't. I mean, I get they're making it like the original, but I don't know. It needed to. I think the whole bringing back Harrison Ford's character was a mistake.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Was it?
I was never all that
Anna
big into the
DeMar-
original Blade
Oh,
Runner.
jeez, I forgot because Anna de Armas was in it.
She is also in it. Which doesn't
That's
hurt
why
it.
you like. You got a cheat code. Let's see. Eric says, "I will say I was happy Ares at least acknowledged Legacy happened, and alluded to Sam and Olivia Wilde's character were still together." I mean, I feel
For the record, though, I want to jump back. We were joking. Like, that wasn't a real argument. Me and Slender Kid number 5 like to fuck with each other.
Yeah, it's the other Slender Child you have to worry about getting angry. Trust me.
She's got a temper on her, but she's a good kid.
If someone gets her the wrong way, someone's getting smacked.
Probably.
What's up, 70s?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Thanks for joining. Have you seen the movie?
No, and I'm not sure I will now because it's had such terrible reviews.
I was gonna say no one has anything good to say about it.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I will say this: the music with it was Nine Inch Nails, Reznor, and them. The music is great, and the effects are actually really well done.
Dude, the problem you run into
It's
with
just-
9 Inch Nails, though, is Trent Reznor has done soundtracks for lots of movies at this point. If I really want to hear some kick-ass 9 Inch Nails, I already got options. Like, a lot of them.
He did a good job of scoring a movie because the music that he did that really does fit the scenes that it's in.
Yeah, but he's done a good job scoring other movies, too.
Sure. But I don't listen to soundtracks either way, so I don't really care. But that was the good thing that came out of this.
So, I mean, I liked what you put in the title. Why is Tron a franchise? Is it really a franchise?
I mean, they've made.
They're trying
three
to
of them
make
now.
it one.
Yeah, I mean, even after the first one came out, which I'm old enough to have seen in the cinemas and absolutely loved it at the time, I wasn't exactly gagging for a second one even then. Legacy was okay. I mean, I thought it was quite a good movie, but I still don't. It just doesn't. I don't think of it as this thing that could have 15 movies and spin-offs. You know, it's kind of the idea's kind of been overtaken by other movies over the years and superseded.
I mean, I will grant that Tron was the first movie to take seriously like the idea of a digital world. But at the same time, they were what they thought what they projected as the digital world is so ass backwards, like silly, even for the era. Now, I think I read somewhere someone was I forget whether I heard it or read it because I was watching a lot of content covering it. When they made the original Tron, this is what the person was saying. Computers were still so like new in terms of getting into everybody's everyday life. Like they treated them like they were magic. Like computers are just magic. You're like, look, we can digitize things. You know, so, it was when they did Tron, they were completely free to kind of make up all this crazy shit about what the digital realm would look like.
I think they did a fantastic job at the time, and it really did look good. I loved it when I saw it in the cinema, and it had some charismatic actors in it. I mean, the villain was David Warner, and he was really good. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, one thing I've always worried about, though, or not worried about, one thing I always thought was, why did they call it Tron? They should have really called it Flynn.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. So Eric brings up that Ares also raised military industrial complex issues, which I thought that's the story of Tron as a not successful franchise is it has concepts that are really fertile to make good movies, to explore really interesting ideas, and it's always been executed where they fumble it and it just doesn't work. The first Tron was, again, whether you think later on, years later, people nostalgically really liked it, it failed. It was a big bomb. They spent a lot of money on it, and it didn't make it back. Tron Legacy, they spent a lot of money on Tron Legacy. They were going into a lot of philosophical ideas about AI, Clue making the perfect system, and that means eliminating any variables without room for independent thought versus whatever the things Olivia Wilde was supposed to be, where they were spontaneous digital life. And Jeff Bridges completely converted to just playing the dude instead of Flynn. He was just, I'm the dude on the grid. It's life, man. And that movie, and
I think Jeff Bridges has just completely converted into the dude at this point.
Yeah. And again, I thought Tron Legacy was pretty good. It bombed,
I enjoyed it.
and it had no reason to have a sequel made.
It did, yeah. I wasn't expecting there to be another one.
It was actually, but there was a sequel in development because Disney was still committed to trying to make this thing a fucking franchise. And I shouldn't say it bombed. It probably like barely broke even, maybe. But it didn't make a lot of profit. But again, they're trying to monetize, and that ride had opened in Shanghai at that point, and they knew they were going to be bringing it to Walt Disney World. They wanted to have stuff to drive attendance. And the reason that the Tron sequel got canceled is because Iger turned around and got drunk with other people's money and bought Marvel and Star Wars within a 1-year period. So they're like, oh, because Tron
got tons of IP now. Yeah.
Because the Disney has always been trying to find a way to sell stuff to boys, and they can't. And even when they bought stuff that was very popular with young males, they immediately try to push it to being a girl product and kill it. And and Tron, they're doing the same thing.
Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? It's a girl boss.
They did the sequel with Flynn's son, but they still added Olivia Wilde you can say she's the love interest, so it's okay. This one, the lead is the Asian woman who replaced Flynn's son. Was it Kevin Flynn or whatever?
Kevin.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam, who replaced Sam. And it's like, Disney, what are you like? Do you just want YouTubers to just make their quarterly goals on super chats from you? Like, what did you do?
Something I heard about this, which was interesting, was if you go back to Tron Legacy, Sam was pissed off because his dad had thrown away the business or whatever. He'd thrown away everything that could have been his legacy.
He was pissed because his dad disappeared. He was abandoned as a child.
Well, now, if Sam's done the same thing at the start of this. He's once waltzed off into the distance.
No, but Sam didn't care about the company. Sam was abandoned he cared about his father leaving when he was like 5 and never coming home. That was the abandonment issue from his dad. It wasn't.
They both abandoned the audience.
Yeah, Bruce Boxleitner's character, who was the computer programmer who had made the Tron program, was the one who was trying to get him to care about MCOM as his father's legacy. And so I don't think that the company part is like that big a thing. Like Sam leaving the company, I don't think he was ever really that wasn't really necessary. You could have, but Sam not being the lead character, it not continuing the story we got with Legacy is stupid. If you're gonna make another sequel, at least make that.
Why didn't they do that? Unless it was to replace him with a girl boss.
It's not really a girl boss, though.
Well, but she's the best at everything. She's the most altruistic.
She
finds code, and then she's a damsel in distress the rest of the movie. She rides a motorcycle for a scene. She's having to be saved by Ares the whole time.
So I will agree with Brahma. She's not, in this context, she's not the traditional girl boss. She's just the lead.
She's the CEO and the lead actress.
She's the lead human entry point character,
protagonist.
Right? Yeah. So in every Tron movie, we have the lead human who's interacting with the digital, right? In this case, it's her versus Sam in the Legacy and Flynn in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even with the antagonist, the other chick in the movie from The Acolyte, it's still not a girl boss, it's a program. And a program is going to be programmed to be a killer like they programmed her.
So, and to Eric's point, I'm okay with Sam leaving because Sam left the company to be with Olivia Wilde. That would have been an interesting story.
You needed more skin-tight suits.
I think if you're going to do a real-world thing, you should have the fact that he's now on the run to keep the military-industrial conflicts from trying to monetize and use what Olivia Wilde's character could do.
They already did that. It's called Short Circuit, and it was a better movie.
But that's the story you should be doing. You should be
And they already
doing
did the
something.
Ares thing with pixels.
Johnny Five is
Yes.
alive.
But it looked
Also,
like
that's
from
part of the reason they were okay with the man saving her, because the man wasn't really a man. He wasn't even human.
But he
program.
wanted to feel the rain on his skin. Is it? I mean, it made it look in the trailer like there's a full scale war and an invasion of
No.
the human world from the digital world. That's not
What
true.
you're
Is
seeing
it?
on the screen right now is what the invasion was.
That was it. It
Yes.
does do some damage, but it's not. It's just one thing.
It kind of does some damage. I mean, it's just going after her. So, yes, there's some collateral damage, but it's not like it's an invasion. And that might have been a better movie
It would have been.
if they had set it up to where it is all the programs escaping the grid to attack the real world. But they didn't do that. And that's what we thought it was from the first trailer.
That's what it looked like.
What it ended up being was just, we need to find this piece of code so that everything can live forever from the grid.
Instead of 29
Yippee.
minutes.
And it doesn't make any sense either way, because you're digitally mapping something and now it's matter. It
How does it
from energy
create
to matter.
matter? How does that happen?
That's the question,
I'm
because
just
they
trying
don't
to figure
explain
out
any of that.
The amount of energy and power draw necessary to create these things is never really addressed.
But I mean, that's godlike power. If you can create matter out of energy,
Well, that's the whole point, is she's trying to use it for good and, solve world hunger and stuff. And Evan Peters is trying to use it for the military. But the thing is,
do both.
it doesn't make any sense either way.
Nope.
Because if the orange tree can come through and it's a true orange tree and you can actually use it to feed everybody, then that means that you're actually going from digital to actual life versus just bringing something out of the grid and it not degrading or derezzing. So that means that Jared Leto at the end of the movie is actually a real human now. But does he have to eat? Does he have a belly button?
Well, he's a real creature.
Can he
It
bleed?
doesn't
Can he
mean he's
die?
human. He may look like a human, but he's not
Right.
a
No,
human.
but the thing is,
it's a new species.
if the orange tree is a real orange tree, then yes, he has to be a real human.
Does he have a belly button?
They
That's a
don't
good
explain
question.
any of it.
Did replicants have belly buttons in Blade Runner? Did we see Daryl Hannah's, or what about the stripper that with the snake? Did she have a belly button? I think she did. So they made the replicants with belly buttons.
I don't remember what the rules are from.
But then again, were they attached with an umbilical to inside? Didn't they show them being born in Blade Runner 2049?
I don't know. My
Jared
memories
Leto.
of those movies are like Tears
So,
in
yes.
the Rain 70s.
So they were attached to like some giant womb thing to be created.
So that's another franchise that shouldn't be a franchise, and they'd better stop making movies.
They're going to make another.
Why would they make another Blade Runner?
Because they've got a name and an IP, and they're going to do it.
They're not going to make something new.
It shouldn't have been a franchise. The good thing is, if Ridley Scott makes it, at least he'll watch it, because he doesn't watch any movies other than his own movies. According to him, he doesn't watch other movies, just his own movies. He should watch his brother's movies. That would be a good idea.
Tony Scott was
Digitizing yourself is taking matter to energy.
Which we do all the time.
That's just like, the transporter. Starting from energy and becoming matter is a different situation.
That's a replicator.
Well, I mean, strictly speaking, everything is the same fundamental ingredients if you boil it down to the lowest level. Now, being able to actually convert that is pretty
Where do you get
wild
the energy
technology.
from? It's the energy.
Yeah.
Where do you get it from?
To quote an alchemist from an anime, humans can be made on the cheap.
But yeah, Ridley Scott should be made to watch his brother's movies. Then he might make a good movie.
But overall, the movie was bad.
So I've heard. I guess I'll wait till I can see it for $0. Maybe watch it just for the visuals and the music. But I mean, that's
those
what
are
you
great.
you expect that though. They should be great.
So here's
the
the
amount of
down.
money.
Like here is the absolute conundrum of Tron Ares. The only thing that I think would make it a worthwhile theater experience is doing some like an IMAX, a 4DX, something
4DX.
where the visuals and the sound are really,
Is that what Eric saw?
yeah.
Eric Moore?
Eric was saying that it was actually pretty good in 4DX.
Yeah.
Now, but the thing is, those are the most expensive tickets to get, right? So it's absolutely pushing the boundary to not be worth it to spend that money, but it's like, what, it's not worth it. It's not worth, the juice is not worth the squeeze, in my opinion.
Yeah, without a decent story and some charismatic actors. Because I don't care. I mean, they keep trying to make Jared Leto a thing. They have been for donkey's years, and I just don't get it. He's just a miserable, weird-looking, strange person.
He's Morbius.
Yeah.
It's
It's
morbid.
Morbid time.
He's morbid. Never mind Morbius. That movie could. They should re-release that movie. It might make it this time. It might do it. I think they should get some hype going for that.
I'll be right back. Wife's calling to say goodnight.
Oh,
Good night,
there
wife.
you go. Good night, Moon.
Or go further back. Good night, John boy. Good night, Mama. The Waltons. Nobody. I'm probably the only person that's seen the Waltons. I'm old enough.
I've seen of it.
Good night, John.
I've
boy.
seen
Good night,
of
Mary
it.
Ellen. Not Mary
I don't
Ellen.
want to. I don't want to be like I've seen the clips from the '70s where it was on television.
There's a gag reel from the Waltons where the actors screw up and they're all fuck and they're all it's all swearing and whatever.
Hell
It's
is
quite funny.
This? I just looked it
the
up. These
fuck?
people look like my neighbors.
The Waltons.
They were in
the
a,
music.
I forget which rural state they were. in.
It's West Virginia.
It was West Virginia. Okay.
They were in the Appalachians.
Yeah.
It had what's his name was the star Richard Thomas.
So they
Ralph
were my
Waite.
neighbors.
There was
Richard
and
Thomas,
the
Ralph
kid
Waite.
with the big mole on his face, right?
Yeah, Richard Thomas. Wasn't he Battle Beyond the Stars or what movie was it? He was. Jeez. Keep wanting to say Battle. Yeah, Battle Beyond the Stars. He was the star of. Richard Thomas. Amongst other things, of course. But the Waltons. I remember the bloody music as well. It's very.
Yeah,
Earworm.
yeah, Eric Myers. That was one of my favorite books.
But Ralph Waite
Good Night
was
Moon
his
was like in
father.
my top 5.
Ralph Waite, the father. Michael Learned. Will Gear. Oh, yeah. God, I'm just looking down the cast list.
Maybe
now.
he was on Battle of the Networks.
John Ritter was in it.
I'm sure it was probably like Little House. It was everybody probably guest starred.
It's like Little House on the Prairie. But you had, he was the star of Battle Beyond the Stars, which is actually a really good movie. Let's do a live stream on it.
Yeah. So my end point is that Hollywood.
Oh, it's not
Hollywood
West
needs-
Virginia. It's Virginia.
That's West
The Blue
Virginia.
Ridge Mountains.
In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine.
Seen from the point of view of the eldest son, John Boy, who eventually goes
Laurel
to college,
Hardy.
serves in World War II, and becomes a novelist.
Yeah, that was a Laurel and Hardy song, "The Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia." Yeah, I'm probably the only person that's seen Laurel and Hardy here.
I think I've seen Laurel and Hardy. Like, again,
You know,
they've
contemporaries
shown
of
clips.
Chaplin and people like that.
Well, I've definitely seen Chaplin. You know, like Great Dictator and things like that.
Laurel and Hardy were funny, and God, they were good. Bride's seen Laurel and Hardy. And Dad takes backing me up on the Waltons.
Yeah, Bride is like a 60-year-old trapped in a 40-year-old's body.
Yeah, well, I'm also I'm more the other way around. I'm an 18-year-old trapped in a guy in his 60s body. It's worse that way.
I would imagine. That's rude? No, it's the truth. It's the truth. You're still going to bring me that tea, though, right?
Yes, and then she's going to pour it all over your head.
I hope not. It'll be very
Foreplay.
hot.
That's what they call foreplay.
All right, let's see. Question: does Tron have more content for a franchise in comparison to any number of horror films like Black Phone, Final Destination, Conjuring? All right, here's where I will say my comment to that would be it's easier to do horror sequels than it is a deep lore like Tron's type series because it's
Horror
horror
has
so-
a different evolution than action and
also
and summer blockbusters. Horror slowly evolves into comedy.
Yep.
Like if you watch the first Friday the 13th, Vice like the third or fourth Freddy Krueger movie, very different tones.
But they also only cost like a fraction of what a big budget franchise action movie does.
Or I guess Nightmare on Elm Street. Although Friday the 13th follows the exact same thing. Like once you get to Jason X where it's like, he just wanted his machete back.
Or Halloween where it gets to Halloween H2O.
Yeah. It just, it slowly evolves into a comedy because the big bad, the monster, the main villain stops being scary after the first movie. So you either make him even scarier.
But they can't help but become parodies of themselves.
And that's the thing. You start
Yeah.
leaning into the jokes.
Yeah, they become parodies. Yeah.
And this is
Nightmare
where
on Elm Street 2 is the best one, the gay one. That's definitely the
and
best.
again the economics of the horror movie versus the franchise action movie. A horror movie sequel is going to cost maybe 30 million,
30
40
to
million
40
if they
million.
are upgrading because the first movies are usually very cheap. So your economics, you use those as a driver of income. And people rightly or wrongly don't expect a lot from horror sequels. They just want to be scared or jump scared. I will say this.
I want to see cool monster kills. I want to see funny jokes. And I want to see the monster do ridiculous shit.
I will actually say that I feel like The Conjuring is a fairly consistently good franchise of horror movies. There's
the main line, yes.
Yeah, the main line. There's weaker entries in them. Like the third one is probably weaker. Is the weakest of all
Third
the
was
movies.
Annabelle, right?
No, I'm talking about the
It's not the
mainline Conjuring.
I thought one of the Conjurings did have Annabelle as the mainline story, and then they spun it off.
No,
Or it was at the Nun.
The very first movie was Annabelle was featured in it, and they did Annabelle's backstory with the nurses in it.
Okay.
And horror movies too, they're the easiest in the world to franchise because if you make a good monster in your first horror movie, then it's so easy to make the second horror movie because you just take to the social media. You see what people are saying. Oh, that's stupid. I'd beat Freddy this way. I'd beat Jason this way. Oh, what would Jason do about this? And then you just make the second movie and show all the ways that none of that shit would have worked.
And I think one
They
of the
can be
more
even easier than that. Look at Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
How many movies did they get out of security cams?
I'll tell you what, dude.
6.
That first Paranormal Activity scared the fuck out of me.
It was so unexpected.
Yeah.
Like that when
And
it
it took
finally
it so
did the
long
ending.
for anything to finally happen.
But they got to build you got to build the tension.
I know.
Yeah, if it pays off, that tension build works. If it doesn't, like in what's the one where they're all looking for the witch lady out in
Blair
the
Witch
woods?
Project.
Blair
Yeah,
Witch.
if it doesn't pay off, like in Blair Witch Project, it's shit.
Well,
and
it's
Equal's right. And Paranormal Activity had some of the best of those.
I mean, Paranormal Activity
Katie
had
had a rack.
had the quote like had that twisty part where at the end the wife goes all Bride of Slender and just gets angry.
Gets possessed.
Don't say that. Don't no. I'm gonna have to sleep on the couch tonight.
Just to wake up at like 2:50 and move out of the way so you're not there at 3 a.m.
See, I'm not sure the potential is there for Tron as a franchise because they're not going to be able to make movies as cheap as those horror movies if you've got to rely on the whole
I don't think
digital.
it was
world
ever
thing.
meant to be a franchise, and I don't think they have writers with the chops to
failing
make
as
it
it.
one.
Yeah, it's failing as a franchise. So why.
failed
Like,
three
could
times.
you theoretically franchise it? Could you actually write a longer arc that turns into like that makes for a kick-ass Tron trilogy? Yes, easily. Like, now is the time to do it with AI on the rise and everything else. You could make this fucking thing work. But you have to have people who know how to write a story,
Yes.
and you have to understand computers. And I don't think they know either.
I love this
Yeah.
comment from Soul because of the typo. Blair
Just wanna-
White had the propaganda around it.
I think you mean Blair Witch because Blair White is a man.
Yes.
And it goes by the pronoun of it. Blair White.
It's a
That was
man.
I tell you what would have been a
Don't
good
do
Tron.
that. I hate it when you sleep on the couch.
But talking about Tron AI, Tron could have gone the route of it's like a Skynet or a Colossus or some computer system
Yeah,
that's
the
on the
computer
verge
overlords.
of taking over, and they have to go into it to fight a battle inside it to
But here's
stop
the
that
thing,
from happening.
Which was
They
the other
wanted-
major problem
Oh,
with
like
this
the
movie
first
is
movie?
they did it all in the real world, and only a
Yes.
part of the movie was actually in the grid.
Yeah, which is the interesting.
The grid's
part,
the
is
interesting
in the
part.
grid. Yes, but that would have worked. A battle
By
inside
the
the,
way,
AI to control
The grid
stop
is
it.
also where you eliminate all those questions about how the F are you making this stuff? Where's the energy coming from? Because within the grid world, this is just electrical impulses in a computer, server system.
I know what they could have done. They could have trapped the bad guys inside an Xbox and unplugged it, and that's it. They would have been stuck there forever. There's no new Xbox is going to be made. So that's how you
Yeah.
trap the bad guys.
Yeah, Eric, all Hollywood wants to do is put out franchise movies. Next year, we're getting Star Wars franchise movie. We're getting Sony making their new Spider-Man
Prequels,
franchise
sequels, and reboots.
We're getting Mortal Kombat 2, which is actually one I was excited to see this year, but they moved it to summer of next year.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because and they
So-
moved it to summer because they're like, all this other stuff is shit. We can make some money if we put this in the summer.
Especially after everybody said how great the trailer looked.
Well, because they went and got our boy, Judge Dredd himself, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
He was such perfect casting for Johnny Cage.
We're getting the sequel we always wanted in 2026, Greenland 2.
No.
All right, so I think the universal consensus is Tron is a franchise that never should have been, and they should just stop.
An IP of one movie.
It was, well, even that one failed. It never should have been an additional IP.
Right, but I'm saying that's all it ever needed to be.
Yeah. Sometimes it's okay
was
to
an
just be
oddity.
one movie.
Yeah.
Well, they made it
Actually,
at
most
a time.
of the time, it's okay to be one movie.
Well, they made it at a time when sequels weren't the like Hollywood norm. Horror movies were unusual in that they franchised them. In the old days, horror movies were the things that were franchises that just kept going. Now they want to do that with everything.
Yeah,
which
we
is
had started
mistake.
getting sequels at that point.
We're getting a Scream
Indiana
7 next year.
Jones, Star Wars, those had all. I mean, by the time Tron came out, Indiana Jones was almost almost to the third movie. So Star Wars,
Which Tron? The first one?
the first Tron, yeah.
By the time the first Tron came out, Indiana Jones was on one movie.
Was it just on the one? So Star
Raiders-
Wars was
Raiders
almost
of
to,
the Lost Ark,
to
yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
It's a
then.
franchise of one at that point.
Yeah. Star Wars had Return of the Jedi the same year.
I'm looking
All
down
right.
the list of next year's movies. You're getting Scream 7, Silent Hill 3. Lot of
Check
horror.
this out.
Psycho
What
Killer, that looks
The
good.
fuck are these?
Those are all USS Flags, the biggest toy set ever made.
Yep,
They're-
they're incredible. I saw
they
that
built
picture.
the-
Oh
this-
yeah, that was 99, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the this was for GI Joe. They built an aircraft carrier to scale for the plane toys for GI Joe.
Yeah, it
So
was
the-
7 feet long.
And I was like, how the fuck was someone putting that in their like room if they were a kid?
There's a lot of people with
They went into the
space.
garage and got brought out to the driveway.
You don't even know how much these playsets cost now.
Put
if
it
you're
in the
trying to
above ground
find-
swimming pool in the backyard.
Yeah, the most wanted toy of the 80s per Souls. It was like, if you love G.I. Joe, this thing was awesome. Look, you can see it even had the lifting, because Slender, you'd like this. It even had the lifting elevator ramp to bring the planes up.
Yeah. Doesn't look
Hasbro
quite
Pulse
right,
has
but-
been trying to sell Tron toys. Like, poor Hasbro. Let me see. Because they they put out a crowdfunding for their newest project, and it's a Tron-based one. I don't think it's going to make money.
No. There's just no enthusiasm for that stuff. There never was.
You know what I did have enthusiasm for in the movie? Gillian Anderson. She still looks great.
It is a yellow and blue light cycle with the original Tron characters. There's, Tron in the middle, Flynn, the female character. This thing is $259, and it's 3.75 click. So the size of original GI Joes is the scale that these toys are, and they're selling this shit for $260.
It looks like crap.
Mm.
It is not like the toy. Look at, you can see when you're doing 3.75 scale, you really just can't get the molds to have the right look if you're trying to make it look like real people. You'd need at least a 6-inch scale toy. That's why everything moved. That's the Marvel Black Label, Marvel Black Series toys. They're all 6-inch. This is shit. It's
Interesting groin action going on there.
This thing launched I think a couple days ago, and it only has 786 people who've backed it. It needs 10,000 for people to actually go into production. It's not going to get there.
It's not going to go.
Here's the thing. I'll say this: the Jeff Bridges facial sculpt is actually not that bad.
Looks better than it did in Legacy.
So that's not bad.
I've just found the best movie that's going to be out next year that I'm already looking forward to. It's called The Sheep Detectives. Stars Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
That'll be good. Just has
70s
sheep in
just
it.
like sheep.
Hold on. Let me ask you: is he playing Wolverine?
No, he's
Then
not.
nobody's going to go see it.
He's playing the titular detective. It's a live-action animated mystery comedy thriller. There you go.
How dare you? He was in that musical I liked.
He was
The Greatest
Well,
Showman.
He is a musical. He was a musical guy before he became an action guy.
I did enjoy The Greatest Showman.
It's also got Emma Thompson and Patrick Stewart in it. So they're going for the British angle.
So yeah, I don't think this is gonna. It is, the packaging is not bad, but this is probably not gonna fund. It is cool that they put them into scale for. I mean, they should have done it 6-inch scale, and that's the mistake. And this is just proof. Tron just isn't a franchise. It doesn't motivate people to do it. You're like, no one's like. I'll tell you what. When a GI Joe HasLab drops, there's thousands within the first 24 hours that are backing it. When a Star Wars, even the ones that don't eventually fund, there's usually thousands. Now the ones that immediately get funded from HasLab, Transformers HasLabs get funded. They did a couple for Ghostbusters, like a proton pack, a full-size proton pack toy. That got funded within a few days. to Eric, those toys are the perfect example of what we don't need and have no interest in, which is correct. Yeah. And this is partially, I think, because Hasbro has a deal to be the exclusive toy maker for Disney IP. And so they're kind of just like, I guess we're going to make something. So, Tron is dead. Stop making Tron. Tron is fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Those are the figures you should be buying then, because they may be collectible. There won't be that
Well,
many.
with
of them sold.
HasLabs, they don't actually produce it unless you get 10,000 backers. So there might be some sample prototype ones, but they won't do the whole thing.
I see.
So
We're getting Scary Movie 6 next year,
A
and
new
Toy Story
Scary Movie.
5. Both of them have Anna Faris in them. Toy Story 5, super.
I thought
girl.
Toy Story was over. They
Toy
should have
Story
left
should
it.
have been over after that last piece of crap. Yep, and the Lightyear crap.
They should have left it alone after what 3? Was 3 the?
Yeah, 3 should have been the end of it. Yep, 4 was terrible.
They just can't help themselves though.
Yep. Oh god, we're
money.
getting a live
Give me that
action
money.
Moana. Oh god.
yeah, with the Rock Band, his
Rock.
time is over right now.
The Odyssey with lots of black Greek guys in it.
How is the Rock's
Reminds me
movie
of-
doing on numbers?
Oh, it's so bad. It's so. I think this week it's supposed to make. Let me pull up if Deadline has the updated.
Coyote versus Acme has a
Oh,
release
Tron
date.
is collapsing. It's now. It originally they had it in tracking like over 50, and now it's they're
It's
like
about
hey,
35.
they're like it might make the mid 30s. So, number 2 is between One Battle After Another and Slender Roofman came out this week, which is the one
Roofman?
you wanted with Channing Tatum where he breaks into the Toys
Oh
R Us.
yeah.
Oh, we're getting a Street Fighter movie.
Are we? Good for us.
With Jason Momoa.
What? Who's he playing?
Hang on.
I'm trying to.
Jason Momoa is Blanca.
That makes sense.
Una Paloma Blanca. I don't recognize many of the rest of the cast. 50 Cent, Jackson. 50 Cent is Balrog. I don't recognize
Oh my
anyone
God,
else in the cast.
I mean, shouldn't Balrog just be played by Mike Tyson since he is Mike Tyson?
Yep. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I really don't recognize anybody else. Oh, Eric Andre. Is in
The
it.
Smashing Machine, by the way, in its first full week of release, this is the Rock movie, made $7 million
Oof.
over the whole week.
Oof.
And it's not even in the top 10. It's second. Well, it's not in the top 5 for the projections for this weekend at all.
It's not looking good.
No.
Christ, another Jumanji.
I can. This
So
movie,
what you're saying is he definitely will win an Oscar then.
maybe because if Hollywood wants to keep his
If people
career-
don't see it, then Hollywood will give it an award.
Yes,
That's-
the less people see it, the more of an award it will get. It's a formula. It's an actual scientific formula.
Mhm.
I see that both Avengers Doomsday and Dune Part 3 are releasing on 18th of December next year, on the same day.
Is Dune? Yeah, they're filming Dune. Dune 3 is
Same
gonna
day.
be weird.
Who the
Jason-
fuck is that?
Is
David Dastmalchian?
Oh, he's the All right, did you? I'm trying
He's
to-
supposed to play Bison?
I don't know who these people are. I've never heard.
You
of
know?
most of them.
Did you watch Late Night with the Devil, the horror movie?
No.
Did you watch any of the Ant-Man movies?
No.
Did you watch any? Did you
Also,
watch
Noah Centineo doesn't look anything like Ken Masters. What the fuck?
I have seen that actor before.
If you're looking at something, then why aren't we bringing it up to look at?
I just
'Cause
looked
you
up
have to
Street
guess.
Fighter movie 2026 cast.
I have seen that actor somewhere before.
Specifically because, yeah,
Playing
Soul was
Bison.
like, look at who's playing M. Bison.
I have seen
I
him
mean,
before.
they got it pretty right with Cody Rhodes as Guile.
Yeah, he'll be fine for Guile.
Eric Andre, the guy you were asking about and Chad was trying to explain to you. Have you seen the meme where it's the guy turning and shooting back at the guy on the couch?
Who
Slender.
are you talking to? What?
You. Wasn't Chad trying to explain who Eric Andre is?
No, who David Dastmalchian was.
I was
okay.
going to say, I didn't ask who Eric Andre was, so if he was, I didn't care.
I mixed up who you're asking about. Then.
No, I was asking about this guy who looks like Frankenstein, who they apparently want to play.
No. Yeah, he was Polka Dot Man in Suicide Squad.
I've seen him. Yeah.
I remember seeing him in that, but he was covered in paint.
He's been a character actor for
lots of
forever.
Wasn't he also in one of the Dark Knight?
He was in the Dark Knight.
Yes, he was in the Dark Knight.
One of the cops, or the fake cops. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Blade Runner 2049.
He doesn't look like a bison to me.
I wouldn't have thought Raul Julia could have been Bison, but he pulled it off.
Is he gonna get fucking ripped?
I'm sure he could. And remember, the day that you thought he was not Bison might have been the most important day of your life, but for him,
it was a Tuesday.
Just a Tuesday. That's still the best line delivery. Oh my gosh, not to get all bourbon and boarding, but I saw this play and it's like the most retarded hockey play I've seen.
I told you not to get all bourbon and boarding.
Did you see?
Is this the goalie? Oh, he fucks up.
He's all right. Slender, you ready to see this?
Just fair warning, I'm killing the show in 2 hours exactly.
No, but here you go. This San Jose, is it San Jose? It looks like.
Yeah, it's San Jose.
Goalie comes out to field this puck at the blue line.
Crazy finish.
And nope. Bad idea.
Bad.
Yeah, quite honestly. You can't even describe it, and the Sharks had an opportunity to win this.
And how about that asshole not letting the other guy get the goal because
it was worse than that.
It got worse.
This happened. Was it after this?
Was it after?
I thought this was the overtime goal.
There was an empty net
at the end of
overtime.
Yeah. San Jose had the lead. Las Vegas went empty net. San Jose shot like 5 times point blank range at the empty goal and missed.
A wraparound and everything and still missed. Yeah.
Vegas gets the puck, takes it right back up, scores to send it to overtime, and then it ends with this.
Then they do that, yeah. It's hilarious. It's a shame because I kind of got a soft spot for the Sharks. I don't know why, but I do.
Gross.
Indeed. Well, I prefer them to Vegas any day.
Sure.
But
we're going to lose Slender.
Oh.
You've already lost me. I've stopped paying attention.
You've done a watch along with a game before.
I know, but that's because Bride likes it. Bride's not here right now.
We're not doing a bourbon board tomorrow,
are
we? It's the week after we're doing one.
No, we're doing it tomorrow.
Are we? All right.
And then we start the rotating.
I'm glad I was compiling some clips then, or some Twitter.
It'll be a short one.
Yeah.
So this is now where Slender had sent me an interesting bit of news, and I think it's fun to talk about, which is that Sony is allegedly, this is a rumor, right?
It's a rumor, unverified.
It's a rumor, but they're allegedly giving Western Studios a 2-game final chance to not lose all development, and that's Ghosts of Yotai 2. Or Ghost of Yotai,
it's just Ghost of Yotai,
which is Ghost of Tsushima 2, and Naughty Dog's next one, which is Heretic.
So they've blown the first one already. They've blown the first chance,
and the second chance, which is Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, is a guaranteed failure. Mark my words.
Yeah.
They're still trying to hang on to Ghost of Yotai, maybe not being a ball of shit. They're like, oh, well, it sold pretty good in its first week, but not as good as Ghost of Tsushima, but still very respectable.
I love it.
And it's like,
they all quote the same tweet, which had no source.
Yeah. And all the usual players are already taken to Twitter and all the other social media to be like, oh, I guess if you boycott our games, they just do even better. Best-selling game of the year, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
blah, blah.
It's like, okay, well, give it a month, and we'll see the real numbers come out, and you guys will all be eating crow, because this game ain't succeeding.
And if you really look at that tweet, it came out at 1 o'clock on the day the game released. So there's no way they had numbers from the second day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from an unverified account that had like 643 views.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm
the
not
source
saying
of
the
all of
game's a
this.
total failure, but it is underperforming.
Unless Sony or Sucker Punch release numbers, it's bullshit, and they'll
Like-
not
like I
release
said,
numbers because they're traded companies.
There is no doubt in my mind that it is underperforming as per their expectations.
Well, if it
because
wasn't, they would
you
have
had
told us.
a breakout hit with Ghost of Tsushima. You make another Ghost game, you expect that it's going to do even better than the first because of all the goodwill.
It's fine.
The actual thing that you should be looking at is the fact that they aren't screaming from the mountaintops.
That's
How well it's
right.
doing means it's not doing well.
Well, like I said, all the usual players are taking to Twitter to scream that, but you haven't heard Sony say anything.
No,
you
That's
haven't
what I'm
heard.
saying.
You haven't heard them say anything.
And as a publicly traded company, they won't say something
Yeah.
unless it's absolutely true.
And furthermore, Sony has, again, another rumor, but Sony has quietly pulled funding from the ad campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the actions of, hey, this is doing really well.
So that's strike one on their two chances, and I believe the intergalactic crap, which I'm a non-binary when it comes to that. I ain't buying that shit. That's also going to be
No, nobody's buying that fucking
No, that's
game.
going to be complete
Nobody got
turn-off.
excited for it. You've
Yeah.
got a butch
turn-off.
lesbian who shaves her head with a clippers, who then goes and talks to another lesbian who's wearing an eye patch like Nick Fury on a CRT TV.
Yeah,
But it's the future.
Druckmann
They're going for a
stinks all over
tone, and I don't think they quite know what that tone is.
Druckmann's going to stench all over it. So
Yeah, so that one's going to fail.
So it's about time
that
Sony
one I'll
and
guarantee.
Japan, it's about time Sony and Japan got a grip of this shit and took it back. So I'm glad they're
I
actually
think-
waking up.
I think Yote isn't going to do terrible. It might break even. It might even make a little bit of profit, but it's underperforming the expectations. I can guarantee you that. And I'm almost willing to guarantee that Heretic Prophet is going to be an out-and-out fucking failure.
Better be, because it looks like a steaming
I
pile of
don't know what the
message-laden
market.
shit.
Yeah, like what? Who's the market for that game? When Naughty Dog.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's when Naughty Dog was at the top of their game. You Uncharted is an action. Is a
When Naughty Dog was at the top of their game, Neil Druckmann wasn't writing their stories.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I would be
You're
all
gonna
in.
get me heated again.
I'd
Women
be
in
all-
gaming, and you had one of the best, and you let Neil Druckmann force her ass out.
But a good science fiction based action RPG, I'd be all over that shit if it wasn't being made by Druckmann and starring whatever bald lesbians and full of activist shit. And it's an anti-religious screed and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So,
because before Druckmann took over, it was Amy Hennig, and she actually knew what the fuck she was doing.
So yeah, I won't be in for that one, and I think a lot of people will be out for that one because it's made by very unlikable people and starring very unlikable people. So yes, good for Sony and laying
Now-
if that's true that they've laid down a line.
The
They've put a line in
rumor
the
is
sand.
if those games don't bring in the money, they're going to pull back. Basically, they're going to pull chocks. The Western studios can get fucked, and they're going to focus on their Japanese studios, which they should. And the thought process behind it, again, rumor mill, but the thought process behind it, the reasoning behind it is supposedly, hey, China is kicking the shit out of us in the global market right now with, their little gotcha games, Black Myth Wukong. What's the newest one, Brahma?
Wu Chang.
Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers. Like, China's dominating games right now. And they shouldn't be, because they weren't even really making games 10 years ago. So they're like brand new on the scene, kicking the shit out of everybody.
Well, there's a gap in the market because there's been a pile of shit getting made in the West. So
Yeah. Honkai Star Rail, all that shit.
I'm trying to think of some of the other. There was another title, Chinese title that's done well.
I mean,
Phantom Blade, was it Phantom Blade? I haven't played it, or that's yet to come.
Dude,
That's a demo.
China's got me for the best anime I've seen all year, so. Lord of Mysteries is absolutely fucking amazing. 1,000 times better than anything that's come out this year. And I'm not even exaggerating. It's,
trying to remember the other one we played. As
I
a
would put
demo.
that above Shield Hero. I would put that above ReZero. Lord of Mysteries is absolutely amazing.
The Killing Antidote was the other one that we played the demo of.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that popular, though. That didn't go anywhere.
Well, it was only a demo. It hasn't released.
It does not appear as though they're doing anything with it.
I'm not sure. There's a good chance they're not.
Because I'm following.
But it was very much
nothing's
Stellar
changed.
Bladey.
Yeah, the
from
last
China.
update it had was in February 2024. Like, they haven't done shit with it
Nice.
in over a year.
It was a good demo, though.
It's all right.
Do we think that this rumor is? How do we like rate the veracity of the rumor? Because Sony has put a lot of money into moving into the United States.
If I were speculating, I would say I have moderate confidence that that is the case.
Yeah, I mean, it is just a rumor, but it's a rumor that's believable at this point
Yeah.
because of the. I mean, their Sony PlayStation only stuff is not doing what they want it to do. So,
How
and
long
it's about
has
money.
it been since
It's all
the
about
West?
money.
Since the West made a great AAA game. That is a tough call.
Yeah.
A Western studio. Well, Helldivers was a European one, and that's a AA game.
That's not. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's not AAA.
Clear Obscure is a AA, and it's French.
Larian's
It's double A.
European. That's European. Larian. Baldur's Gate 3, so that's European. I think.
I can't think of the last AAA game that I was completely not, that I was interested
I'm
in.
trying to think of the last Western AAA game that I thoroughly enjoyed. And I might have to go back as far as... Fuck, man, like...
Well, I
Elder
mentioned-
Scrolls Morrowind, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
I mean,
you know
it's
what?
not our cup of tea, but Cyberpunk, is that a Western studio?
Cyberpunk was not a great AAA
Isn't it
game.
CD Projekt
European. It's Western. European.
That's
It is
Polish,
Western,
right?
but...
It's Polish, but it's European. So it's Western.
But if we're going back that far, Witcher 3.
Well, Witcher 3 would be
probably
the. Yeah, I would say Witcher 3. If we're
I mean,
going to
it's-
go back.
Witcher 3 came out, what, like 10 plus years ago?
People are mentioning RDR2. So
Red Dead 2 was pretty good. I still don't think it was as good as the first Red Dead Redemption.
When was Red Dead 2? Like 2017?
Yeah.
Is it that far back? Jeez. Because I didn't play it till much
Davina,
later.
I'm playing it right now, Forza Horizon 5 from 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been a racing game person, but I've heard good things.
But yeah, the fact that we can't just leap to a list of names is a problem. The Witcher 3 is the last one for me, I think, that would
Yeah, and that
fall in
studio's
that
Cyberpunk
category.
was just 2022, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was okay. I didn't really...
I still
dig it
don't
that
think
much.
Cyberpunk is a great AAA game. It was a pile of shit when it released, and it's been a pile of shit ever since.
I know none of us liked it, but there are a ton of people that liked it once they've fixed it up quite a bit.
Yes, so.
I guess.
There's still people playing it.
I guess.
I couldn't get into it. I mean, I played it and I gave up after a while. I just like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it either.
No, it just
I
didn't
know a
grab
lot of
me.
people who did.
To be fair, I attempted to play Red Dead Redemption 2 3 times, and it took me the third time for me to finish it.
Like I said, I didn't
it
think
didn't
2
grab
was as
me
good
as
as the
hard.
first Red Dead
No.
Redemption.
Didn't grab me as hard. I was beginning to think it was like a camping simulator a lot of the time. And a walking simulator sometimes.
Because Red Dead Redemption is John Marston, right?
Yeah.
And Redemption 2 is... Is it still him, or is it
It's
his
still
kid?
him.
Okay.
No, it's still him. Isn't it?
Okay, so, yeah. Well, 2's pretty good then.
And again, depends on what you consider a, AAA good game. Mortal Kombat 1 was 2023. Most people thought it was a pretty successful Mortal Kombat launch. But that's a fighting game.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they're AAA titles, but like I don't consider fighting games AAA. I just don't.
The fighting game community does, though.
I know.
I enjoyed Metro Exodus. Who made that? Who makes those games? The Metro games?
I think that's another one of those Scandinavian studios.
I'm not sure it counts as AAA though.
It's not. It's probably AA.
Yeah.
I don't think GTA 6 is going to be the next big game either. I think GTA 6 will be successful, but not nearly as successful as GTA 5.
Arthur
and they might
Morgan.
fuck it all up.
It's Arthur Morgan. Yeah. So.
I'm still not entirely sure. I think they might fuck GTA 6 all up.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this
A
one.
lot
I
of
know a
people
lot
like-
of people still think GTA 6 is going to be amazing and Rockstar can do no wrong. But
it's going to be woke infested shit.
I
Never
think
cared for
Rockstar
any
is
of
going to
them.
fuck it all up. I didn't like GTA 5 that much. I was having a blast until it started making me play the
my
crazy
son
guy.
loves those games. He's grew up playing them. He grew up playing them. It's Kingdom Come. A lot of people are into that. I never really could get into the
Kingdom Come isn't a AAA title though.
No.
That's another AA studio in my opinion. Like all the AAA studios in the West, your Bethesdas, your everybody else, they just keep churning out crap.
Yep.
And like The Witcher 4 is going to be a pile of dog shit because everybody who made The Witcher 3 left.
That's right.
And
they've
they
got a
are
new
making
game.
Blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah, and that I'm interested in.
That
for
looks
sure.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, my son loves the GTA games. That's probably why he's twisted and evil.
I don't even
Saints
know
Row
who
2
made-
was pretty good. Sleeping Dogs was pretty good. I actually really liked the first Watch Dogs, but then they went high
Me
and
too.
right with every iteration after that. Like the first Watch Dogs was a very serious story, and I
First
was
one
like,
was fine. Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, are they going to tie this in? And is this going to be like the modern Assassin's Creed? And then they were like, and now we're going to make it a joke. And I didn't think the first Watch Dogs was a great game, but I thought it was a great proof of concept if they'd have just kept going with it, and they didn't. They changed it entirely for the follow-on iterations.
Indeed.
And that disappointed me.
I know that Cyberpunk had many of the elements that could have been in Watch Dogs. Some of the
Yeah.
sneaky stealth stuff with the technical, using all the tech stuff to do stealth. That I like.
Unfortunately, this is a hit against Cyberpunk, but you know what's 1,000 times better than it? Deus Ex.
Well, Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yeah. But
is
that's
a
not a Western studio. That's
phenomenal
Square
game.
Enix.
Square Enix. Squeenix. Yeah. that was
Although
a
I think the
phenomenal game.
Montreal division is technically the one that made
They did.
Deus Ex, so that
it's a
is a
shame-
Western studio.
It's a shame Mankind Divided didn't really make it because I loved that Human Revolution. I loved. And I would love
Human
more Deus
Revolution
Ex.
was the peak.
Yeah, it was brilliant. But yeah, there's just a load of slop from the
Yeah.
big guys.
And you got to go like all the games we're naming too are like circa 10 years plus old at this point.
Yep. So you gotta look to the east.
But yeah, Deus Ex Human Revolution. It's in my library. It's one of my favorites.
Oh god, I love it. I love it.
I also love the fact that there's so many different ways you can solve problems. It's like, do I want to do this peacefully, or do I want to just stab this guy in the chest through the wall?
Adam Jensen's such a cool character.
Yeah.
With a great voice actor.
Also, yeah.
Yeah. The things that we used to get in games. Well written. Great characters. Good voice actors.
No sweet BB ink involved.
Although these stupid achievements like this one, Opportunist, perform 50 takedowns within the same playthrough. But then in parentheses, civilians don't count. Why not?
But they should.
Oh, now you'll kill civilians?
No, I was actually always a really good guy in those. But, I mean, if you accidentally take down a civilian here and there, you know, there are what are called acceptable losses.
Collateral damage.
And if they are working with the terrorists and working in their factories to build weapons on a remote island, they're perfectly in the line to take out. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people trying to tell me I'm playing amorally when I point that out when we're playing the game.
Well, didn't Austin Powers tackle that particular topic, showing the guys at work at the
Clerks did.
Yeah, they're you know, hey, we're
The
all at the
contractors
bar
on the Death Star.
They're all at the bar. Where's Jimmy tonight? And he's been killed by because they all work in Doctor Evil's whatever. Where is he? We're here for his birthday. You get killed by the good guys. Look at all those people in the Death Star. They weren't all evil. For God's sake.
Well, I'll tell you that when you're an independent contractor, that definitely weighs in whether you decide to take a job or not.
Yeah. That's right.
Slender, are you adding that?
No, it's me.
What am I
that's,
adding?
just a little bit of Deus Ex.
There's gas.
What is
Poison gas with a time delayed release.
My God.
I mean, he's not going to give a shit. He's a machine.
A cool guy. I use when I do my gaming streams. I've got a bunch of little clips like that I play for people.
Yeah, that was some of the news that broke out that they were developing a Civil War set Assassin's Creed. And
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but you got to do a lot of logical leaps and speculation to get there. I don't know. I saw that story too, but I decided to leave it because you know what? Ubisoft is history anyway, right? Like, who cares at this point?
And I don't know what level of development is like. Was development someone had said, could we do it here? And
I mean, they already did that with the Black Flag expansion. Like, in the Black Flag expansion, you play as Ed's first mate, the black guy, and you get your own ship, and you attack plantations and free slaves.
Yeah. Which allows you to you do mini games or something. Or
yeah.
I don't know.
So you got to be stealthy because as soon as you do alert them, they'll start killing the slaves. So.
But you did it for money.
Yeah.
You didn't do it for the.
It had nothing to do with the Civil War, but like. Mm-hmm.
Well, we should get a Dustborn 2 then, or a Concord 2, or something. You know, Dustborn 2 might work. Dustborn 2
we're
set
never
in Portland.
Getting a Dustborn 2.
Dustborn
we're
2
never
in
getting
Portland.
A Concord 2. You know this.
I'd love them to do a Concord. They should revive Concord. I think we should start a social media campaign to get Concord brought back. I believe there's an appetite for it. I think it could succeed this time.
I can't lie about that. I can't. I'd love to go along with you just for the bit, but that's too real for me.
Yeah.
Here's another fun thing we can end on. I don't know if you've seen this, like if Taken was a musical.
I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want. If you let my daughter go, that'll be the end of it.
Wow.
But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you and I will kill you. But I do have a very particular set of skills. Skills I have.
You are easily amused, Chad.
This doesn't make you laugh at all.
It's kind of lame. I mean, it's funny, I guess, but it's also really cringe.
The perky, upbeat and I will kill you.
But it's true. Hollywood could make musicals out of anything, or Broadway could make musicals out of anything before. All
Eric,
you need is that piano.
don't get me started.
Just need a piano doing
That
some
was
kind
the
of
original
vaguely...
game plan, Eric.
Yeah, that was like, that's the whole reason you were playing the first and second and third Assassin's Creed. But then they killed off Desmond in the third Assassin's Creed when you were supposed to eventually play as Desmond. That was the fucking plan. And then, like I said, I thought there would be a part where Desmond meets up with the guy from Watch Dogs, and they were going to tie it together and like build a whole Ubisoft universe, but they just ripped off their own dick and ate it. That's what they did.
That is a very graphic way to describe it, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, do you bleed out or do you choke to death? Either way, you got no dick.
Just don't get excited when it happens.
Yum. It wasn't. It wasn't Cool Ranch flavored.
No Cool Ranch.
Man, getting spun up. I miss the good old days
When they actually were making games that were...
Well, we're about to get a flood of remasters because the funny thing, too, is remasters are outselling new games. Not new IPs, new games. Because everybody is... yes, there is. 11:15, we're going to try and get started. But yeah, remasters are outselling new games by a margin of about... I think it's like... 60% of sales this year have been remasters or something like that.
And I mean,
but there are a lot of good games right now too. It is a bad place for gaming, but the AA studios and the indie studios are giving us some fantastic games.
Yeah, it's just AAA that's eating shit.
Yes.
And it's like I said, the worst thing that ever happened to gaming was corporations realized that there was money to be made in it. And so they started investing. And yeah, there's a lot more money in the industry now, but it does not seem to have made the games any better.
Yeah, I mean, I know that from, at least from talking with Slender, doing our show, this year has actually been a pretty solid year for games he's enjoyed. There's some really good ones, but none of them have been AAA.
Oh, Soul, Steam has a lot of good indie horror games. I have several in my library. Soma's a good one. Same people who made Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I think they're working on like a new Penumbra as well. So Frictional is still kicking out games left and right. I've got all the old Fear games, which those were AAA back in the day. Those were Sierra. Sierra was a heavy hitter once upon a time. Darkwood. I'd still love to do a Darkwood playthrough for spooky season. I thought about getting Silent Hill F, but I just keep looking at that price tag and going, you know what? I'm not paying that shit anymore.
I think Lindsay's been liking it. Lindsay's the Cynical Geek.
I mean, it looks good. I'm kind of at the point where it's like, I'm not paying full price for these. They're not worth it. Even if it's good, it's not worth $70.
Not with my backlog.
No. I got plenty of other games I could play.
We still got to get you into Path of Exile, too.
Yeah. I've already played it. I just haven't played it recently.
Yeah.
Played the shit out of it for the first couple of weeks. Yeah, I do not disagree, Soul, with your assertion that Silent Hill F is a solid game. It looks solid. I am excited to play
nonsense.
it. But
feminist anti-marriage nonsense.
I am not picking it up until it's $40 or less. I'm sorry. I'm just... $70 is not an acceptable price for video games anymore.
Good, because you're going up to 80 and 99.
Yeah, that's
right.
not acceptable either. They are swinging in the wrong direction.
But if you pre-order, you'll get a digital book of some kind and a
Yeah, you'll get
digital
a bunch of
soundtrack.
digital fuck all until
Yeah.
they stop supporting it, and then they'll
You'll
delete
get
it out
some
of your
bits
account.
of something.
Oh, I have. My Steam library is currently 388 titles. Probably at least half of that are games I haven't finished.
Yeah, it's plenty backlog.
Slacker.
I've only been playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the last 6 months. So
I'm not like
takes
you,
me a
Brahma.
long time.
I don't just play one game forever and ever, all day, every day until I finish it. I jump around.
Jump
I
around.
played Path of Exile while I was playing Silksong.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot. But I also wasn't streaming Silksong, so there was no reason for me to hold back.
The only thing that has kept me from finishing Silksong, other than the fact that I am trying to stream the vast majority of it, so I did some stuff off stream here and there, but not much. But the only other thing that keeps me from finishing Silksong is the fact that it gets till like 8 or 9, and then Imp's like, "Hey, we gaming?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I just want to keep playing Silksong." But yeah, we gaming.
Speaking of,
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yep.
Does
Go
anyone
ahead.
want to say goodbye before I end the stream?
Cheerio.
open boarding tomorrow night for me in 70s, and then the
Yep.
bullpen Sunday.
Monday, I'm doing the movie Goon on my live show.
All right.
Good one.
And if you head over to Ascendant Arcade after this, sometime between 11:15 and 11:30, we will be starting a spooky stream. Okay,
Spooky
bye.
stream. Bye.
Later.